You in America?
View.
What?
I have to change the view.
Jack,
Moment.
you're in America right now?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
Hello,
no.
Hebra.
Oh, now we're in whiteboards.
How do we get off this?
Whiteboard.
Hey,
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Oh, here we go. All right, Hebra, B'siyata D'Shmaya. How we doing? Oh, Ami, great to see you. Rat, post-wedding, extending the Simcha Chaim. So
Mm.
strong. So strong. This is it. This is it. This is where we draw chizuk. All right, Chaver, this is the biggest piece I think ever. Baruch Hashem, we have the assistance of Rabbi Ari Tzvi Rosenfeld, Sichot Yagen Aleinu, and we have the tzaddikim who are going to help guide us through this piece of Torah. And can you hear me properly?
So well.
Okay, good. And by the way, new computer, Baruch Hashem, and we're able to have better Zooms, more quality Zooms, Baruch Hashem. Okay. Faith is the foundation. This is Sichot Haran 34 if you want to follow. Faith is like charity. The Torah says of Avraham Avinu, he had faith in Hashem and he counted it as charity. Through faith, one is worthy of having children. The Hebrew word for faith is emunah. Turn the letters into numbers, and the gematria is banim. Now, Chav, are you ready for this wild Torah? This is just, this is just. I mean, we're getting ready for Elul, we're getting ready for Tefillah, the Tefillah the Ani, and we just have to whip out this Torah from Rav Ari C. Rosenfeld on the commentary on this piece. Yitzchak and Rivka have been married for many years without a child. They were the two greatest people in the world. Yitzchak, the greatest tzaddik, Rivka, the greatest tzaddikas. They possessed the greatest power of all, the power of tefillah. In Gematria, the combination of the names Yitzchak, which is 208, and Rivka, which is 307, equals tefillah, 515. As the pasuk says, "Vayetar Yitzchak Hashem nochach ishto." Yitzchak prayed to Hashem opposite his wife. What does this mean? Together they both davened so hard with such intensity. Imagine their kavanah. Just imagine it for one moment. We'll see in a moment what that means. Imagine the power of their combined tefillah to Hashem and to have children. Not a day or a month, but a whole year went by, and there was no sign of becoming pregnant. We just take a thought for a moment. I mean, all of us obviously have our nisyonos, our test in this world. But imagine the couples who are struggling to have children. Just for one moment, contemplate it. The waiting, the not knowing. It's the anxiety, the intensity of the tefillah we can't imagine. Imagine the power of their combined tefillah to Hashem to have children. This is Yitzchak and Rivka. Not a day or a month, but a whole year went by, and there was no sign of becoming pregnant. They didn't give up hope. They continued on and went through the second year with the same kavana, every single day, every single moment. They went through it with the same want, the same hope, the same worry and fervor in their hearts. The second year went by, the third, the fifth, until 10 years went by. The Gemara says that after 10 years of childlessness, without having a child, a woman becomes completely infertile by nature. So this is already we're entering into beyond nature territory over here. We're entering into beyond nature. This is the Gemara in Yevamos that says that. Yet even after 10 years without a child, There was no lessening of tefillos on the part of Yitzchak and Rivka. So they're beyond nature at this point. They were beyond nature beforehand. The fact that you're dying every single second, every single moment, every single month, the years go by, nothing's happening, no change, apparently. And even after, when all the doctors, when all the science says, yep, there's no change. And by the way, it's funny because Yitzchak is laughter. I mean, he was the whole it was the whole joke that Avram and Sarah had him at such a late age. He was a joke. That was beyond nature. A person usually becomes despondent after going through just a year of marriage without a child. Rivka and Yitzchak, on the other hand, didn't have children for many more years. What kept them going? What kept them running at such a pace with such power at tefillah? They suffered so much. Their hopes dashed every time they thought that this would be it. For 10 years, they kept on going and then faced another year. After 11 years, you would figure that surely this was the time for Yeush. I love you. I love you, Chaim. Giving up hope. Yet they went on and on until 20 years passed. 20 years. Think about it for a moment. 20 years. After 10 years, nature tells us, yep, no more. You can't have children. 20 years. That's 2 decades. 2 decades without Yeush, without giving hope. It was 2 decades of constantly being guided and propelled by one thing, their strong emunah, their staunch faith. Ultimately, regardless of how short or how long it takes, such faith must result in children. And this is the power of the Sicha by Rabbi Nachman, that emunah and banim are the same gematria. Now, emunah is 102. Banim is 102. Faith is equal to children, says Rabbi Rosenfeld. If faith remains solid in the face of a test, the test is rewarded. When faith remains solid, the result will be that they ultimately have children. So, b'siyat d'shma, we shall be zocha. We shall be zocha to such faith. To look at all the limitations and all the constrictions in our lives and say, Mina meitzar kratika, anani, anani, anani b'mirchavka. I've never lost this image in my head of Rav Yair a couple of Rosh Hashanahs ago during Musaf, talking about Mina Meitzer Karatika Nani B'Merchavka, where there's two types of people. There's a person in which they have the lightest room, the natural light coming in, the natural light from the world coming into the room. But then over the years, it starts to get a little more dim, start pulling down the shades a little bit. Starts to look like Yehuda Rosovsky's room on an external level, right? But mina meitzar kratika, mamish in the depths, does he open a window for himself, a little petach, and he looks outside that window and sees the endless possibilities of this world. Anani b'merchavka, Hashem answers in expansiveness. Rabbi Nachman says that every single day, faith renews. Faith renews. And he says, and this is amazing, Chavra, the essence of faith lies in the power of the imagination. Because that which the mind can comprehend can no longer be an object of faith. Faith is beyond nature. It's beyond nature. It's not something we could grasp. If we grasp science, the 10 years, if Yitzhak and Rivka were living in a world of science, 10 years done, no more tefillah. But because they were dreaming, they had this endless faith, this infinite amount of faith, kept on dreaming about their kids. Then they were able to have kids, even when the whole world said, can't have kids. So Chavra, b'siyata d'shmaya, Baal Shem Tov also says, before we go, that the greatest wrongdoing that one can do is take away someone's faith. Say that their dreams can't really happen. Can't really happen. Stop dreaming. Lessen yourself. Lessen yourself. We shall dream to be prophets, to be the highest of the highs, to daven for it, to never stop davening for it. This is chizuk for myself. I hope the words that are coming from my mouth, from the tzaddikim, from Hashem, will then enter into your heart, and then mamish come back to me and enter into my heart. B'siyata d'shma. Questions, comments, please feel free. Because I need a daven like Yitzhak and Rivka. Wow.
Jack, this was the best thing stealing Torah that I've heard, I think.
Mom, I think it is really strong.
This
You
is
know
a
why? Because I had the Sadiqim. It was good.
dude. I
Sadiq.
think it's the new computer. I think it's like
Oh,
you look fresh. I think
the fresh cut. You got shape a little. Good. Oh, Kira in the flesh. Kira, what's the soda 51? Kira's gone beyond limitation. iPhone 51. Right? We say Shar Nun. On Shavuos, we get to Shar Nun, the highest level. The highest level. But then right after the morning of Shavuos, when we go to the mikvah, we get the dot of Shar Nun. But what does that mean? You realize that there's another 50 gates to go to. It's never ending. It's mamish the deepest. Kira took that one step after Shavuos. He's like, Gavalt, mamish on the floor of the higher room. I thought I reached the ceiling. I went to Shar Nun. I'm only on the floor of the next ceiling. 51.
Shaq Lalatov.
51. Be well, Chavra. Be well. Kira, I love you. Ami, fire it up.
280 days till Shavuos.
280 days. How many days until Hanukkah?
122.
122. We're ready. Kira, we're ready. We're ready for it.
38 days till Rosh Hashanah.
So
Kira.
52 days till Sukkot.
Oh,
261. 3 days till Lag BaOmer.
Chavra. We're here. We're mamish in the flesh. Mamish in
Uh,
the
I was
flesh.
just with your dad's friend,
Who?
Go.
Harvey. You know him?
Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
It's a
No,
Batman character.
Harvey Rand. No, he said he's like best friends with your dad.
I mean, you're also best friends with my dad, so it makes sense.
No, he said to tell your dad he says hi. I said I'm going to your house this week. So that's what he said.
Please come.
Coming. Now maybe I might actually come tomorrow.
That works perfectly, actually.
I might be in Fairlawn tomorrow, so
Okay. I mean, come after 4, and then we're chilling.
after 4, I'll see it. And
Change all of your plans.
what about like the rest of the week? You're gonna be there?
Rest of the week, I'm gonna be here. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting to give you coffee, Turkish, mamish, the dirt, and we'll drink the dirt together. We'll do Tim Tam slams.
You're not like it's like a Chabad house, like you don't leave there?
No, I don't leave. I don't leave. And by the way, Kira, we're mamish. We're too deep in the apple, bro. We're too deep in the Eitzah dot. It's way too clear right now. The connection. We have to like
I
disconnect.
know it's Zoom, it's like a different level.
It's mamish a different level. We have to like pixelate like our screens. Make it a little blurry. We're getting a little too
Right.
comfortable over here.
It's
Uh,
America. It's
all right,
America.
Kira, continue. Enjoy the Kavod Shabbos on a Yom Rishon. The Kavod Shabbos on Yom Rishon. Be well, brother. We'll
We're
speak. See you
covered.
this week.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Peace.